Hi, welcome back, lads and ladies. It's Saturday, and as promised, use the update video to see where the average is. You may remember on Tuesday's video, I said I haven't got a clue where to go, so I needed your advice on what sort of area I should be going in. So as you can see there on the screen, there's 16 crosses I've added this week. So thank you all for those sent in across. Oh, somebody did say when they sent their cross in that they're nowhere near everybody else's cross and I didn't have to use it if I didn't want to. But let's bear in mind here, this isn't a judging video. We're not picking a winner. We wanted to see where everybody was thinking of going. So it's fine. I just added everybody's cross. And I think we can see from that there is definitely a cluster in the middle of where people think it should be, somewhere in that area. The other thing, there's sort of three outliers there. And that's fine because I think they still make sense. If you start with the bottom one here, that seems to be down and away from the rest. If you draw a line from this guy down here in blue and white with the ridiculous haircut, if you go up through that bottom cross there, it goes right through the center of the cluster. So that one still fits in with the eye line of this guy. It just varies from the height from the guy on the left-hand side with the limp wrist. And the same with the one on the right-hand side. If you draw a line from the guy at the back, it's still got to go more or less through the cluster to get to that one on the right-hand side. So, you know, that's sort of, it's still a valid cross. And there's quite possible that's where the judge will go, which is exactly what we wanted. Because quite often the judges do go, you know, one or two of them will go well away from the cluster. There's one on the left here I'm not too sure about. I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility for the guy on the left. My issue is that it's that far left that maybe it's almost coming to the side of this player's head. And I don't think he's looking sort of that far back. But for the purposes of working out the average, which we'll do in a second, it balances out that one to the right anyway. So even if you were acting as a judge and you took out the one on the left and the one on the right, it would make very little difference to where the actual average would be. I don't think it would make the slightest bit of difference. So those three sort of outliers all balance each other out. All right, so so where do we think the? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll draw some lines from the outside extremes. So we'll go right through the edge there. There. That one. And that one. So if we start with the guy on the left, I don't think that's too much of a stretch there. That's not, I mean, it is a lot further away from him. So obviously the width is going to expand the further away it gets. So yeah, that would make sense, that sort of area. It does seem a wide area from the player at the front in the blue and white, but that's because of those two extremes, which wouldn't make a difference. I mean, if you took out, if you did take out the, don't know what I'm doing now, oh here we are. If you did take out them two end ones and just drew the main sort of cluster, it's a very tight cluster from him, isn't it? Everybody seems to think it's, and those two, the average of those two outside ones is still going to be in the middle anyway. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's get rid of those lines and let's click on the Google extension crosshair and have a look at the average. It is coming up as 34781410. Right, I've just made a note of that because once this video is finished, I'm going to remove all those crosses and just put that average back in there so I can decide where I'm going to go. If I'm honest, I'm probably going to go slightly to the right and down a bit from where that average is, because I think this guy in the blue and white is looking a bit further to the right. And I think it's not a bad line from where that average is not a bad line from where the guy on the left is looking. So if I put a line through that average there, Yeah, that looks quite feasible to me. So I think I'm going to go slightly to the right and possibly, I don't know, I might go. So I'm just confusing myself now, but I'm definitely going to go to the right slightly and possibly down a bit. But there you go, guys. I hope that was a help to you as it was to me. It's a good idea of where the average is all around the top of that pole. So we'll speak to you Tuesday then, guys, and let me know how you all got on Tuesday. Cheers, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.